Hi everybody, this video is sponsored by contribution from Anonymous. Hi Ali, thank you for all you do. If it weren't for your channel and other narcissism support channels on YouTube, a lot of survivors would not be on the road to recovery. My story is about elderly narcissists and I hope it helps someone. A little peek into the person my mother is. Although she never worked and had nothing to do all day but shop, she was always very late picking me up from school, 1 or 2 hours. One day when I was a little girl, sixth grade, I decided to walk home by myself because I was scared to wait alone. Since all the teachers had gone home. She saw me walking and made me get in the car. She drove me back to school and left me there. I waited there for another hour until she decided to come back. She probably realized my dad might notice me missing from the dinner table. Ha ha. When I was young, my father expressed to me all the time that there was something wrong with your mother. These days, he literally is told exactly what to say and do by my mother. He has changed completely from the very strong-willed man into a programmed robot. I have twin brothers who are much older than me, 60 years old, and sorry to be crude, but neither one can wipe their ass without getting her permission first. Neither has had a girlfriend for decades. When I asked my mother why they don't date anymore, she waved her hand like that was nonsense and said, they're too old and that's all over with now. Also, the only way they could ever get her attention was to get sick. The one who became the golden child also became a hypochondriac who creates his own illnesses. Other brother will cough and complain of a sore throat to get attention. Luckily, I met my husband and moved away when I was 24 years old. We lived hours away from them for 18 incredibly happy years. In fact, wonderful people and great times just rain down endlessly. Not to get religious, but I think that's what happens when you're on your own right path. Through those 18 years, I tried to breathe life into my relationship with my parents by calling every couple of weeks, even though my feelings would always get hurt because they were so cold, uninterested on the phone. I would take days off from work, even though I could never afford to, in order to drive 5 hours to visit them at least twice per year, never missing Christmas, etc. They never came to visit me once in 18 years. When I asked them why they didn't visit me, my mom would say, our cars won't make it that far. Total BS because they always had new cars. Many people in my life, boss, friends, etc., told me my parents were emotional abusers. But I still threw away my friends, job, and a happy life and went back to and tried to fix them. Over the years of being away, I felt guilty, and that guilt and longing for a family brought me back home. My parents both seemed delighted that I was returning to spend time with them. Here's how it went. During the 4 years that I had been back, my parents had spent 99% of the time living in another town at their beach condo. I called my mother to ask why she was always at the condo, and she told me I have nothing to come back there for except the mail. When I asked my father, don't you want to see me, all he said was, it's not that, and wouldn't elaborate. Just got off the phone hastily. I will always wonder what it's not that meant. It was like listening to a prisoner of war who was afraid of the guards would hear him. You'll love this one. Since I've been back, my parents have relocated both of my twin brothers, Golden Child and Hapless Flying Monkey, to the town where my parents' condo is. My mom helped Golden Child buy a house near her. Then she made my broke brother, Hapless Flying Monkey, move into the Golden Child's house to be a live-in slave. Since my return, my mother has made sure that every member of my immediate family has moved away from me, and they are all together in another town, therefore isolating me. So I broke contact and stopped sending birthday cards, hoping these actions would make them realize how hurt it was. Instead, I got a complaint letter that they were hurt because I don't send cards anymore, and there must be something wrong with me. I believe my mom did all these things as revenge for me getting out under her control years ago. I want other scapegoats to believe. I want other scapegoats not to believe you're narcs when they seem happy that you're coming back. They're just pretending and setting you up for hurt. I now believe there is no saving or rehabilitating a narc-led family, and it's definitely a losing battle that should not be attempted. Anyway, a few weeks ago, my father left me a voicemail after absolutely no contact for 2 years. Like nothing at all has happened. He said, "This is your father. Do you and my husband's name here, want to spend 4th of July up at the condo? Let us know and we'll mark it on the calendar." I didn't return his call. I sent a very short note to him saying thanks, but we couldn't make it. I broke no contact. I know it was stupid. Just a last-ditch effort to see if any part of the father I still remembered still existed. I invited my father to go out to lunch and call me. Never did. I have been racking my brain as to why they turned on the Hoover and then didn't follow through with the actual sucking back in. My husband says they just want to make sure I was still suffering and longing for them. My husband and I are moving away soon and putting an end to this nightmare. If you can believe it, I want my parents to know where I'm going. Nuts, right? Ollie, please help dumbass me snap out of it. Thanks also to everyone listening. Anonymous. What you're seeing here is why you never go back. The narcissist never forgets, and the narcissist never gives up on a plan to get back at you. You have it exactly right. Your mother was pissed off that you got away and you were happy. But she knew your feeble attempts through the years were a way that all you wanted was a normal relationship with your family. So she figured, because you went low contact and you kept trying to communicate with them, your mother knew that you weren't really happy. Your mother knew you still were longing for a family. So when you finally broke and moved back, they bailed and got everybody else out of there. That's what your mother wanted. You gave her the chance to once again crush you again. And as far as what your father meant by like it's not like that, who cares? Who cares? He's a pussy-whipped little man-child. So then what is it? And if he can't tell you, it's that's the problem. The problem's your mother, and he doesn't want to deal with it. He don't want to face it. What he might have been saying, it's not that he doesn't want to see you. She won't let him see you. That's how I would interpret that. And he goes along with it. So fuck him. You can never correspond with these people again. They wanted you up there with the soft, with the soft comeback, trying to get you up there. And what do you think would have happened in front of the whole family? You'd have been savaged. Savaged. The reason why your father didn't respond back is because all you said is you have something else to do. Not all these issues. You completely avoided all these other issues. Okay? And then you followed it up by continuing to ask him out to lunch. Thereby giving your mother and letting everybody know you're still in the same place you were. That you still were longing for a relationship with your family. It was a win-win scenario, your father leaving you that voicemail. If you accepted and had gone, they could attack you and they could really blow you up. If you ignore it, big deal. You've been ignoring things the last 2 years anyway. But doing what you did is the worst thing you could do. Playing into your father acting like everything was normal after 2 years and no contact and just saying thanks, but we can't make it. Oh, that gave your mother the, oh, she still wants us. Now pull it all back. And then you further feed the supply by continually asking your father out, looking for that relationship. That is never going to happen. It's never going to happen. No cards, no phone calls, no responses to text messages, none of it. You need to come to the reality. You will never have the family that other people have that you want. And they know that. And that's why they've been able to string you along for however many decades this shit has been going on for. You move back, they move away, and then they still get their supply out of you. Because you are showing them you still want a relationship. And your mother knows that, and it's never going to happen. They will continue to torture you or attack you for the rest of your life. You can't go back. There's no fixing this. Once you're out, stay out. And be no contact. Low contact is tough because in your situation, those cards or whatever minimal work you were doing was driving 5 hours on holidays was letting them know you still wanted a relationship and giving them the opportunity to deny you. So I'm glad you and your husband are moving. I wouldn't tell them anything about where I'm going though. They're not worth it. It's what they want. By you letting them know where you are, then they can interpret that, oh, she wants us to know where she is so we can come find her. You want to make your point, you disappear, and nobody knows where you are. That's how you make your point with these narcissists. Thank you for your contribution. Thank you for your story. I really appreciate it. Thank you to everybody watching. Please leave any opinions or advice in the comments section below. And again, if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to discuss, a narcissist you'd like to expose, you know what to do with the PayPal link and the email link in the description box. I'll have the video right back to you. This is Ollie Matthews. Thanks for watching. See you all again soon.